So a while ago, I reached out to one of my mutuals, Alpine Squib, to see if he wanted to do a collab. We both like Animal Crossing and Winx Club and Equestria Girls, so I thought that this would be an absolute piece of cake to sit down and get done. That was over a year ago now. Yeah, so for the past year, I've been diddling around and doing a bunch of crap and being indecisive about what the collab should be. It was literally all me that was stalling. I'm so sorry, Alpine. But eventually, I realized the answer was staring me in the face the entire time. When we first started talking, Alpine's profile picture on Discord was this. This, my friends, is Ringachi, who is one of many beloved Tamagotchi characters. And so I was like, hey, what if we did Tamagotchi Gajinkas? For those unfamiliar with Tamagotchi, I think you're too young to be watching my channel. Go turn on Cocomelon or something. Tamagotchi are these little egg things and they beep at you and are extremely annoying, so I haven't actually put any batteries in either of mine. If you want an in-depth video on the history of the Tamagotchi devices themselves, I really recommend this one by Planet Clue. Today, what we're going to talk about is the characters inside the Tamagotchi themselves, which are also called Tamagotchis. The Tamagotchi characters. These. You've probably seen a couple of these before, but you might not have known that they were Tamagotchi because inside of the egg itself they look like this. But I am obsessed with these things. There are way too many to count and all of them are wild and crazy, and there are some in here that are just peak design. Look at him. What more do you want? So for this collab, Alpine and I both picked 3 Tamagotchis to turn into humans, woo! But to switch it up a bit, we swapped around our final speed paints of the video, so you'll see 2 of my designs and 1 of Alpine's in this video. If you want to see his other 2 designs and my last design, you'll have to go watch his video. Is that confusing? I don't know. Providing I have the foresight to link it, it will be in the description and also probably somewhere on screen. And before we get started real quick, this video isn't sponsored, but if you like Tamagotchi, I have a Tamagotchi sticker sheet and some keychains in my shop. The keychains are so cute. They are small enough to fit on your phone or big enough to go on your keys. I don't know what y'all do with keychains. So if you like Tamagotchi and you like me, and you want to support me, go check out my shop. But without further ado, let's get into my first design. Picking Tamas to humanize was originally much more difficult than I initially thought because I couldn't just pick my favorites because the urge to make them just like me would be too strong. Human Mamachi would just be me, and not everything is about me. So I picked arguably one of the most iconic Tamas, Mimichi. I know that's kind of confusing, but this is Mamachi, this is Mimichi, and this is Memechi. Take notes because I'll be quizzing you on this later. Mimichi is described on the Tamagotchi wiki as a prodigy genius with an IQ of 200, making her one of the smartest Tamagotchis. She loves calculating numbers and reading books. She also likes writing and has excellent penmanship. She has a sincere and polite disposition, although she's a sore loser. Me too, girl, me too. So, obviously I had to make her preppy and cute. Specifically, I wanted to base my design on this sprite of her in this cute little hat and skirt, which is just listed on the wiki as school uniform. I didn't know that they went to school. Probably the first order of business was trying to figure out what silhouette I wanted her hair to have. Obviously, her rabbit ears are very iconic and make up like 75% of her silhouette, but I couldn't just slap rabbit ears on her and call it done. All the way back in my second ever video, which was designing Sanrio Gajinkas, I redesigned my Melody. And to sub in for her rabbit ears, I gave her these 2 little buns. And I think it's been long enough where I can start reusing design ideas, right? You guys would agree, right? It's been 3 years. So I settled on giving her a cute little bob with these little buns to kind of mimic her ears. You can't really see them until I finish the line art, but I promise they are there. I also, of course, had to give her her cute little beret. The reason I picked this sprite specifically is because the original does not give me a lot to work with. She is like 4 lines and 3 colors. And obviously part of the fun of doing these videos is interpretation. I am very busy. I do not have the brain power to be making an entire design from scratch. I needed some aspects picked out for me, I'm sorry. Plus, I really love the contrast of the pink and the dark blue. I think it's so cute. I really like it when like the smart girl characters are allowed to be like girly and feminine. The way that her ears are, it kind of makes it look like she's wearing a hat, but I don't think that she is. But this there's just a straight line between the white and the blue, so I interpreted that as blunt cut bangs. I've trashed blunt cut bangs in the past, but I have a new affinity for them recently. Other than that, I decided to give her a little light blue as an accent color, and I made the pink of her vest more of a peachy pink. I also wanted to allude more to her being a bunny, so I gave her these little puffball earrings. But she started very simple, and she is going to end very simple. Here's Mimichi. Next, I said I wouldn't do Mamachi, but I lied. This is baby Mamachi, and he is so cute. I didn't initially go into this intending to draw any of the baby tamas, but most Tamagotchis have a baby form, and Mamachi's is the cutest. Because of that, I have absolutely no idea what to say about him. He kind of speaks for himself. I imagine he's maybe 4 or 5 years old. Despite being named Baby Mamachi, the babies are actually in the teenager category, so I compromised by making him 4. He is the youngest person ever. Unfortunately, I did take the cop-out road with this one. I had no idea how to convey his little nub things on the top of his head as anything other than a hat. I think he gets a pass because his hat is cute. Are you gonna tell him that his hat isn't cute? Adult Mamachi is very expressive and cute, while baby Mamachi is hitting this expression. So I had to make my human baby Mamachi equally as vacant. The lights are on, but nobody's home. He's also kind of got the hat-looking ears, but I didn't want to reuse blunt cut bangs, and also that would be implying that he has a little bowl cut, and that's not really my style. So I gave him some cute little round bangs. I don't know what the style is called. I had to decide if I was gonna make his hair a natural color or not, but eventually I settled on blue. Then that made the contrast between the light blue of his hat and his hair more apparent. He's still got a lot of growing to do, but I think he turned out really cute. Here is itty bitty baby Mamachi. As previously mentioned, the final speed paint will be one of Alpine's designs. I have seen it, and he did outdo me, and now I'm kind of embarrassed. But that just means you have all the more motivation to go watch his video. Take it away, Alpine. Woo!
For this pick, I had to pick the goat of Connection Corner Shop Free, Violetchi. Listen, after grinding 1 and 2 with the same 3 characters over and over again, Free coming along and adding a new 4th playable character felt like such a breath of fresh air. I just had to pick her each time. To the point, I just decided she was the 4th unofficial member of the group. It even seemed like it, since it always felt like she'd get more merch than Memichi. Although, I don't really have much evidence to prove that, other than seeing Violetchi more, which is probably more a pattern recognition thing with my brain looking for her over Memichi. And also, let's be real, if there was a 4th member, they'd probably consider it Mimichi. But, like, either way, she's the 4th unofficial member to me. And cute. So that's why I picked her. She also has a twin sister called Flowerchi, who looks just like her but is lilac. That's totally not going to be confusing to keep up with. Like Rin, she's got a more human name, that being Violet, but everyone just calls her Vivi. Full honesty here, I got really stuck on designing her, as I found she fits so many different fashion styles, ranging from boho chic, streetwear, or even academic. But what also didn't help was I couldn't settle on what hairstyle she'd have, and how I'd naturally work in the flowers. After a lot of concepts and tests, and wanting to do her justice, I finally found something that felt like it just worked and looked really nice on her. And it was inspired by a Pinterest brat's fashion board. Listen! Before you judge me, I just really liked the top, and I thought the chunky boots would also work with that 2000s vibe. So Vivi was finally all ready, wearing an off-the-shoulders flowy top with a stringy blouse underneath, a denim skirt whose length I couldn't decide on, so I made 2 versions of, a frumpy green purse with a white ribbon, topped off with some classic chunky platform boots, with floral socks underneath. Her hair was a bit of a trust in the process sort of thing, as I was inspired by Drew Barrymore's style in Wishful Thinking. So I was aiming for a layered silky short style with 2 butterfly hair clips to be reminiscent of her flowers. Lastly, I couldn't really pick a fruit body type for her, so I just went with a tall hourglass figure instead. Compared to Rin, there's not too many motifs I can really go over and explain, since it's all just flowers, and you can see them everywhere on her. Can't really elaborate more on that. For Vivi's personality, I imagined her being a very gentle and easygoing 19-year-old student, being in her second year studying fashion design. This was quite a shock to many, including her family, who always saw her potting away in the garden and having a clear interest in floristry. But Vivi always had a passion for fashion, based on the different outfits she'd wear or upscale. So, knowing she can always go back to flowers, she picked her degree based on what she'd love to learn more of and explore. That's just what Vivi does. She's a free spirit who never says no to a new experience or favour, always remembering her family's values to be kind and accepting of others. But don't think of her as a pushover. She knows when she's being strung along or toyed with, and will take decisive maneuvers to have things blow back up in your face. And her gentle nature fades away the moment she goes out clubbing, where she can really enjoy herself and dance the night away, yet mysteriously be the first one awake the next day every time. No hangover, and plenty of coffee and breakfast pastries all ready for her more lightweight friends. And here's Vivi all finished up. I just think she's super cute. I was most worried about her colours, and thought the purples might have been too desaturated, or hard to pair with blues and browns, but the final result turned out great, and it's all so vibrant and saturated. I'm also glad I made 2 skirt variants, as while the shorter one does look fine, I think the knee-length skirt fits her easygoing nature a lot more, plus just resonates 2000s more to me. I also added a tamagotchi around her belt, because I kind of forgot to draw one in during the speed paint, so oops. But for my last alteration, I made a pretty big one, as I took one of Vivi's old concept outfits and drew her twin sister, Flowerchi, or rather, Fifi. I know inkiio about to kill me for doing 4 designs when we agreed on 3. Look, there was no way I couldn't draw her twin sister, especially because it was so easy just reusing what drawing I had already done. But even though they're using an identical base, I love how much their personalities shine through in their different fashion senses and choices of colours. I hope you like how they both look, and hey, maybe comment which twin is your favourite.
Why are you still here after seeing that? Go watch his video. What are you doing? I'm just kidding. Please don't go. I have to plug all my stuff. Thank you so much again to Alpine for doing this collab with me, even though it took a very, very, very long time. One of my New Year's resolutions was to do more collabs this year, and I'm already behind. So expect more in the coming months. Hopefully. If you want to see my final design and Alpine's other 2 designs, make sure you go watch his video, like I've already said multiple times. And if you want to see more of my designs that are unrelated to Tamagotchi but haven't been shown anywhere else yet, check out my Patreon. For $2 a month, you get to see all of my video art before the video is posted. For $5 a month, you get access to exclusive monthly videos. My most recent one was me ranking all fictional boyfriends I've ever had, and I plan to do deep dives on some of my OCs if you're interested. $7 a month gets your name next to me at the end of my videos just like this. And $10 a month gets your name read at the end of my videos. I've had a lot of new $10 patrons, and I'm so thankful to everyone who's joined and everyone who's been here for a long time. That being said, thank you so much to the people who paid for me to fly to Alpine's house and rob him blind. My $10 patrons: Puntastic Artist, Little Wolfine, Viyun, Wishing Star, Speckadoodle, Nekojack, Dreaming Daystorm, Bumby Bumblebee, Strawberry Soda Ken, Cheeseman Official, Lian, Whimsigoth Cowboy, and All Cape No Cowl. As well as all of my other patrons, all of my subscribers, everybody who watches this video, everybody who likes and comments. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. If you're not new, make a new account and subscribe again. As well as make sure to subscribe to Alpine. With that being said, I'm Lucky Inkiio, and I will see you very soon.